Discover solutions to issues that affect your family and professional life with practical information to help you get past life's adversities. Take a proactive approach to power up your life with Rosalie's expert resources.
The Florida Department of Education is committed to ensuring all students are educated in a safe and healthy environment to receive a high-quality education that will prepare students for success in life, whether they go on to trade school or college. To start the school year off on the right track, it's important to grab the best essential school supplies. Here to make life easier is Emmy Award-winning technology and digital lifestyle commentator Mario Armstrong with his picks for the ultimate in back-to-school essentials. Good morning, Mario.
Good morning, Rosalie. This is so true what you just stated, and I can't believe it actually is back to school time. So we do need to start getting into that mode. I'm sorry, don't kill the messenger. Don't beat me up. I'm actually trying to help you with some great ideas so that you can get in front of the stress or in front of the rush so that you can enjoy the rest of your summer.
Mario, parents need peace of mind after buying expensive tech. So how can parents protect their investment?
So one of the things that you can do is sign up for a plan through Assurion. And Assurion is going to give you support and a protection plan on your phones for like damage, loss, and theft as well. We're talking starting as low as $9 a month depending on your carrier. So it's a great deal to give you that peace of mind so that if they lose it or if it gets a cracked screen or something happens, you can get that replaced. They also have customer support to answer any tech questions as well. So that's a great peace of mind to start there to protect that investment.
And let's not forget laptops. They are essential on the back-to-school list.
My answer to that is the Samsung Notebook 7 Spin. And the reason why I really like this one is because it is a jam-packed full of productivity as well as entertainment. So it's going to give the kid or the person that's serious about school all the tools they need, but also give them room to play and be entertained. It has a 360-degree rotating touch display, which is awesome. One of my favorite features is that it has fast charging. What that means, Rosalie, is you don't have to sit it in a wall outlet for hours. You can put it in there for a little bit of time, really get that battery charged up right away so they can be more mobile with their device. Lightweight, so it's easy to carry from classroom to classroom or across campus, and a 1 terabyte hard drive. That is huge in terms of the amount of data. So you can store anything, your presentations, your reports, your research, video, all of that stuff can be stored in that device.
So when's a good time to introduce the little ones to technology without using tech as a babysitter?
That's why I love Leapfrog, because they're always, look, this is a company of educators that know how to really mix technology and understand how kids interact with that so that they can help them learn better. So this is the Leap Start interactive system from Leapfrog. It's really all positioned for that 21st century child to get them ready for school. We're talking the basics like reading and learning. You got 16 different activities for 2 different levels of versions, depending on the age of your kid, whether it's pre-K or first grade. And in those activities, you're going to get everything from reading comprehension, even social skills, and some science and technology as well.
Any great deals on classic and essential school supplies?
Yes, a huge deal from Staples because they got the name brands that you know and trust, but they got it at really competitive prices. Like I'm looking at this JanSport backpack that we have on set, which is super stylish to carry all of their stuff. So kids gonna need a backpack, and we tear through these things like crazy. And this is the high stakes backpack. I love the color design, the multi-ombre pattern on this as well.
Kids love glitz. So what computer accessories are fun and stylish?
Yes, and like can still get productivity and stuff done. I love the Logitech accessories. I always have. They work right. They always live up to what they claim and what they market. And I love the new style that they have for the 2016 Party collection of wireless mice. And we're talking 18 months of battery life. Most wireless mice only last about 12 months. So for their batteries, this is up to 18 months. So it's a great buy at an inexpensive price.
How about protecting kids' devices from having accidents?
Yeah, get a really solid case. And so I really like what OtterBox always puts out. They have stylish cases that really hold up. Like you can drop them in water. I've seen cars ride over them. I've seen these cases really protect phones. And in particular, they have the Universe case system that's new to them. And what that means is that you're not only going to get a protective iPhone case, but it's on a modular platform. So what I mean by that is you can add accessories to the case without having to take the case off. So this modular system, the OtterBox Universe case system, really, really helps with all of that. And check out our website. We have links, photos, all the details and more is right up on our webpage. And you can just hit it up at thunknews.com/essentials.
Excellent. Thanks, Mario, for making life easier for our viewers and motivating them to get ready to get the kids back to school.
Thanks, Rosalie.
To eliminate the guesswork in back-to-school shopping, ask your child's teacher ahead of time what's actually required to get your child organized to function for academic success. Here, with her checklist, with perfect combination of things your child's required and the things your child desires, is Emmy Award winner and consumer technology journalist, Jennifer Jolly. Good morning, Jennifer.
Good morning, Rosalie. That's exactly right. You know, kids want all kinds of tech these days. Doesn't even matter how old they are. From the time they can talk to the time they run off to college, they want all kinds of bells and whistles in their technology. But what's really desired versus what's really required, those aren't always the same.
Tell us how to put fun and functional with a phone.
Well, let's just toss in my favorite F word to this as well, and that is free. T-Mobile has their own sort of financial aid package right now. They are giving away free Samsung Galaxy smartphones, brand spanking new Galaxy On 5 or J7. What you need to do to get that is sign up for a T-Mobile plan with 6 gigs of data or more per month, which just for families means 4 lines for just $30 per line. It's an incredible offering. It also includes T-Mobile's unlimited TV video streaming offering called Binge On. Parents everywhere, you can thank me later. This means no more overage fees.
So how can you wow our viewers with new phone innovations?
Well, you know, I'm pretty hard to impress after all these years being a tech reporter, but I love Motorola's new Droid. It's the Moto Z Droid with Moto mods. They let you blast, power, and project from your phone in a snap. So it's kind of like just having a smartphone case, but you snap it on and it turns your smartphone into a projector. Another one can turn it into a high-tech boombox with a JBL Sound Boost speaker, and a charger mod means you'll never miss out on catching another Pokemon because of battery drain ever again.
Fraud is rampant everywhere. So how can we protect our kids' computer from fraud?
So I recommend that every parent goes a little above and beyond and gets some kind of antivirus protection like this one from AVG. This goes way above what comes pre-installed on your computers. It not only detects and removes viruses to prevent things like identity theft and fraud, but it blocks malicious links as your child surfs the web.
Children need inspiration. Anything new to inspire the artists in our children?
We know that kids love their Nintendos and they love Disney, and the two of them have come together with something really incredible in the name of creativity. It's the Disney Art Academy for the Nintendo 3DS family. It gives step-by-step instructions on how to draw some of their favorite Disney and Pixar characters. Really gives kids of all ages and skill levels an opportunity to engage, create, and share works of art via social media or even between devices. I really love how that's drawing upon creativity as well as a love of technology and putting the two together. I think that's really neat.
I hear you have a game changer for portable computing.
I really do. Just when you think we've seen it all, how about a computer small enough to fit right into your pocket? This is the Intel Compute Stick. It is perfect for students on the go. You just plug it into any HDMI port, sync it up with a Bluetooth keyboard, or download the Intel Remote Keyboard app, and voila, instant PC. You can use it to study, share, research, write, or kids can use it just to relax. They can stream movies, shop, edit, or Snapchat.
How do we ensure we find Wi-Fi?
For that, there's this Archer C9 from TP-Link. It creates reliable high-speed Wi-Fi with powerful wireless AC technology, which really means that you can game, watch 4K movies, send emails. You can do everything that you want and need. It's got a USB 3.0 and 2.0 ports. It makes it really easy to share files and media across entire networks. Really incredible.
Wow, some pretty cool stuff, Jennifer. So where can we find more information?
Well, you can read more about every single thing that I've talked about here at thunknews.com/wow.
Thanks, Jennifer, for sharing your checklist with perfect combinations of things your child is required and the things your child desires.
Thank you.
It's hard to believe, but summer is over, and it's time to trade those flip-flops and beach towels for back-to-school supplies. So before you send your kids back to the classroom, it's important to know the must-haves for the school year. Joining us to share her back-to-school survival guide is TLC host Erica Vitrini. Good morning, Erica.
Hi, Rosalie. Thank you so much for having me.
As parents, we know there is an endless checklist of things to do to get kids ready for back to school and make sure your students survive the entire school year, because they're going to be very busy and parents will be very stressed out. So where do we begin?
First up, though, let's talk about snacking. It's an essential part of your child's day. The right snack will give them the energy they need to stay focused, and I've come across a great one, a new product from the Laughing Cow. It's called Cheese Dippers. I love it. My kids love it. It's got the original creamy Swiss cheese partnered with some crunchy breadsticks in a perfect all-in-one on-the-go package. I love it because it's got no artificial flavors, coloring, or preservatives, 4 grams of protein, an excellent source of calcium, so just a really great snack option.
As busy working parents, what can help us be our eyes and ears when we are away from home?
It's called the VTech VC931 wireless pan and tilt camera. Fabulous. You download a free mobile app to your smartphone and you can access the camera from your smartphone. Genius. It'll then send you push notification alerts when it's detected any motion or sound in the home, as well as a 2-way talkback intercom so you can really stay connected with family members, but also with your pets.
Stopping the spread of germs is so important at school, and spreading those germs when they bring them home. So what can you suggest to help the kids learn healthy habits?
Staying clean is always an issue for your kids. Hygiene, I know for me, it's hard to get them to sort of sign up for that. My son is 5 years old, and I ran to Target to pick up these 2 items to help him out during the school year. The first is called Can Do Flushable Wipes. The second is Boogie Wipes. The Can Do Flushable Wipes clean 30% better than regular toilet paper. A big deal for a 5-year-old. Also, they're flushable and biodegradable, like they say on the box, which is very important. The Boogie Wipes, I love these because we all know that back to school is basically synonymous with cold and flu season. So the Boogie Wipes have this natural saline that helps dissolve the mucus, and it also was really gentle on their tiny little noses because you don't want them worrying about their noses. You want them to stay focused in school. You can take a couple packets of that and throw it in your backpack. For me, my daughter's first backpack, I'll never forget this. I thought it was going to last a whole school year. It lasted 3 months. Crazy. So I was so excited to find the Embark Jar Top Backpack. It's great. It's a top-loaded zipper backpack, which is great. It has extra durable, can hold 5, even 6 books, which is great. Listen, I did say extra durable. That's the important part. But on top of being extra durable, it also comes with a 1-year guarantee. It comes in these great colors. You can pair them with the lunch kits. Just really wonderful option for your high-energy kids.
All right, Erica, so where can we learn more about your back-to-school survival guide?
You can head to my website at ericavitrini.com. That's EREKAVETRINI.com. Click on the blog post and all that information and more will be there.
Thanks, Erica, for joining us this morning and sharing your back-to-school survival guide for parents and students.
Thank you so much for having me.
According to the Center for Disease Control, lice are parasitic insects that can be found on people's heads and bodies, affecting millions of children between the ages of 3 and 11 who contract head lice each year. Human lice survive by feeding on human blood, and that's scary. As parents prepare for another school year, this is a time when head lice tends to make an appearance, and it's the perfect time to have a plan of action against this childhood nuisance. Joining us this morning is nurse practitioner Wendy Wright with some important advice for parents on how to prepare for a possible lice infestation. Good morning, Wendy.
Good morning, Rosalie, and thank you so much for having me on today.
Wendy, our viewers are as north as southern Georgia and as south as the Florida Keys. So tell us about head lice and why they are more active in subtropic and tropical climates.
You know, it's very interesting, and I'm not sure that any of us really understand fully why it is that we see head lice in certain communities. What I will tell you is that some of the studies have shown that head lice are actually able to live further away from the scalp in areas that are warmer. What I really believe is important to take away is that head lice are common no matter where we are, and they're common in school-age kids. There are 6 to 12 million infections every single year, or infestations with head lice, particularly among school-age children.
All right, share some myths and facts about head lice.
So a lot of people think that head lice occur in dirty individuals. That's not the case. Head lice occur in clean heads. Head lice are going to occur in every socioeconomic group. And I think that's an important takeaway message, is that, that we see head lice across all ages, mainly school age, but across all socioeconomic groups. And they actually occur, interestingly, on healthy hosts. They appear in clean heads, and I think your viewers need to know this because there's often a lot of stigma that are attached to head lice, and head lice really love clean, healthy heads, often what we see with a lot of our school-age children.
So, Wendy, share some treatment options that are available.
So there are approximately 6 or 7, I think there's 7 now, different treatment options. 2 of them are available over the counter, 5 of them are available prescription. The over the counter provides access to people, and they're able to buy those without necessarily consulting with a healthcare provider. They can go, they can treat their children. The issue with the over the counter meds is they need to treat their child, they need to comb out nits, get rid of the nits, and they need to repeat that treatment 2 weeks later. We also have 5 different prescription products available, but I've partnered today with Arbor Pharmaceuticals to talk a little bit about Sklice, which is one of our treatment options that's available. For instance, this is a 10-minute application of lotion onto a child's head and scalp. We don't have to have the parents comb out nits. We do still tell them, you know, you should still clean your brushes, clean your hats, but they're able to treat their child for 10 minutes and be done with it, which is really great. But what I think is really important, because there's this perception out there that over-the-counter is safer than prescription, and we know that a medication like Sklice is actually very safe. The biggest side effects we see from it is just maybe some localized irritation on the scalp.
So should parents contact their local health department or schools or a healthcare provider?
They can consult the cdc.gov, they can go to sklice.com, or they can call their healthcare provider. I think all of those provide, and this is the key, they provide evidence-based recommendations for their patients, and I think that's important.
Thanks, Wendy, for joining us this morning and sharing how to prevent and treat head lice to protect your entire family.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
According to the American College of Rheumatology, rheumatoid arthritis, or RA, is the most common type of autoimmune arthritis. It's triggered by a faulty immune system, the body's defense system, and it affects the wrist and the small joints of the hands, including the knuckles and the middle joints of the fingers. RA is an inflammatory disease that causes pain, swelling, stiffness, and loss of function in the joints. Rheumatoid arthritis is the nation's leading cause of disability, more than heart disease, cancer, or diabetes, affecting over 50 million Americans at a cost of $128 billion annually. Rheumatoid arthritis can begin at any age, even childhood, creating a parent's worst nightmare.
Hi, I'm Jenny Garth. As a mom, few things are scarier than seeing your child in pain and not knowing how to make it go away. When my daughter Lola started experiencing chronic pain and fatigue, it took a visit to a rheumatologist to get to the bottom of it. Lola had Still's disease, one of the hundreds of lesser-known rheumatic diseases. As shocked as we were to learn that our 5-year-old had arthritis, rheumatic diseases are more common than you may think. They are the nation's leading cause of disability, and they often strike people in the prime of their life. Thanks to a quick diagnosis and treatment by a rheumatologist, Lola is back to her happy, healthy self. Early intervention is critical, so if you or a loved one is experiencing chronic pain, swelling, stiffness, or inflammation in one or more joints, please don't ignore the warning signs.
The American College of Rheumatology recommends if you're experiencing any rheumatoid arthritis symptoms, ask your doctor if you should see a rheumatologist. Learn more about rheumatoid arthritis symptoms, research, and treatment by visiting and taking a proactive approach to get involved at simpletasks.org. The Florida Division of Emergency Management urges Florida residents to prepare for hurricanes that can develop along the Atlantic and Gulf Coast in advance of the hurricane season. The hurricane season begins June 1st and ends November 30th. Each year, the U.S. experiences a variety of disasters, from tornadoes in the heartlands to flooding nearly everywhere there's water. Identifying the right amount and type of insurance for your home or business is one of the most important financial decisions that you will make. Here to offer the best insurance tips and protection to meet your needs and budget is Jean Salvatore, Senior Vice President and Chief Communications Officer and Consumer Spokesperson for the Insurance Information Institute. Good morning, Jean.
Good morning.
So, Jean, what tips can you share that can help a property owner before a disaster?
Well, one of the most important things you can do is to call your insurance agent and find out, make sure that you have enough insurance to rebuild your home, assume your home is destroyed, and replace all of your personal possessions. That should be the beginning of the conversation. Write down all of your questions and make sure that those questions are answered. The other thing is that everybody needs to look into flood insurance, because flooding is not covered under standard policies. So it's really important that you find out about flood insurance. 90% of all natural disasters have some form of flooding, so the risk is much higher than what people think. If you own your home outright, it's imperative that you have insurance, because basically you are putting all of this money into your house. And if that house is gone, you've lost all that money.
So help us better understand what to look for in an insurance policy so that we ask the right questions before purchasing insurance.
The deck page, the front page of the policy, has a lot of information. It tells you how much insurance you have, whether you have a deductible or not. You have all of that information right there. But the best thing you can do, write down the questions that pertain to you, because every house is different and it's in different locations, so your questions are all going to be different. But it's really important that you understand what you're covered for, what you're not, and ask about things like sewer backup, for instance. This is if there's a lot of rain, sewer gets backed up. It's usually an additional fee, but write down all those questions. What are all your concerns, and make sure they're answered properly.
For our Florida viewers, which type of coverage should we buy or not buy, depending if we live in Jacksonville or Tampa or Orlando or Miami or the Florida Keys?
Well, even within locations, the questions that pertain to an individual are going to be slightly different. But it's really important that you understand some basic things. That you, first of all, that you know that you have enough to rebuild, that you have enough to replace your personal possessions. And then you want to find out what is your deductible? Generally, there's a $1 deductible, which is for most losses, but you're also going to have a hurricane deductible in most cases. This is probably going to be expressed as a percentage, so you need to find out what that is and how it's going to affect your claim. So you want to sit down and write out all of those questions. You also want to think about things like building code upgrades. So if you've lived in an area where they have really tightened the building codes, ask about that coverage, because if your house needs to be rebuilt, it's going to need to be rebuilt to those tougher building codes.
If we submit a claim after a disaster, give us an understanding how the claim process works to get your money faster.
Well, one of the most important things is just to let your insurance company know as soon as possible that you have a loss. And documentation is probably one of the most important things you can do. So you want to get really organized. Make a list of all the damaged items. Take photographs of the damage. And it also makes a lot of sense to make lists. So what you want to do is make a list of everybody that you speak to, get their name, get their contact information. This way you have sort of a history of what transpired.
Jean, share with us why it's so important to take the time to have an up-to-date home inventory list.
This is simply a list of all your personal possessions with their estimated value. And the Insurance Information Institute has free software to make this as easy as possible. It's called Know Your Stuff. So this is something that everybody could do now. But if you have a claim, you could take out this list, and that way you know exactly, what you have in your home. Most people cannot tell you what they had for lunch yesterday, much less what all the things that have been accumulating in the downstairs closet, for instance. So if you take the time to make that list, use our inventory, it'll help you buy the right amount of insurance, but it'll make it really easy when you have to file a claim.
So there's an app for that?
Know Your Stuff, and this app, as well as a lot of really good information for consumers, really to help explain what homeowners insurance is and how to work with their insurance company, can be found at the Insurance Information Institute's website, and that's iii.org. A lot of good information there.
Thank you, Jean, for joining us this morning to help our viewers have a better understanding of how to choose insurance coverage that will meet either a property owner, business owner, or renter's needs. Back to school is the time of year to have a plan of action to safeguard your family from childhood contagious infestations to the peace of mind of a secure home when you're at work and the children are home alone, or in the event of a natural disaster. Share with us your plan to safeguard your children in school or at home alone at facebook.com/Rose Lee Show, or follow us on Instagram at The Rose Lee Show. And watch this episode and many others here at ION Television or 24/7 at RoseleeArcherShow.com. Thank you for joining us this morning, and we look forward to you joining us again soon.